Hello and good morning to everyone. This is Devasis Manti. Today I am welcoming you all to our sixth chapter discussion, and this one is one of the new topic. And the new chapter it is very easy. Means many of the things you have already learned in your last classes. So all these things once again we will do the discussion in this class. So first I want to show to you which things it is going to be learned in this chapter. First I want to make one list, then after one by one point wise we will do the discussion. Understood or not understood? Once again I am assuring this chapter it is very easy. Okay, see, in this chapter basically we will start our discussion on a few of the term, and first I will do the discussion regarding what do you mean by line. First we will do the discussion, then after we will do the discussion on regarding our line segment. We will do the discussion, then after we will do the discussion of ray. We will do the discussion ray, then after one of the term collinear points. Collinear points we will do the discussion, then after non-collinear points also we will do the discussion. Then after angles it will be entered, angles it will come in our discussion, angle. Then after different types of angles also it is to be taught. Different types of angles also we will do the discussion. Then after we will do the discussion of complementary angle, complementary angles. Then after we will do the discussion of a supplementary angle. Then we will do the discussion of the adjacent angle. Then we will do the discussion of our linear pair angles. Then we will do the discussion of a vertically opposite angle. And here it is one of the theorem on regarding our vertically opposite angles also it is to be taught there. Understood? Then after remember, then after you just have to remember, next we will do the discussion of the parallel lines and transversal related few of the theorem also it is to be taught. Parallel lines and the transversal related few of the property, and also it is theoretical proof also it is to be taught to you. Okay, so now I will show to you one by one point wise thing I will teach to you, so you just have to remember and enjoy the class. Okay, see, first we will do the discussion of the term line. Everyone, you just have to see, line it is the straight path extends endlessly in both the direction. It means this one it is the straight path extends indefinitely in right side, also indefinitely in the left side. It means on the right side also having no ending, also in the left side also having no ending. And how to represent one of the line? So for which I am saying you one of the technique. So by taking the 2 points, by taking the help of any of the 2 points, by taking the help of any of the 2 points, we can represent the name of the line. See, any 2 points you have to take on the line. Any 2 points you have to take on the line. Then after you just have to say it as the name of the line. It is our AB. Here it is line mark. Understood or not understood? Any 2 points. Suppose one is writing AB, another one also one can write it from the BA also. Both having the same meaning. AB and BA both having the same meaning. So you just have to remember one thing, our line having no end points. Because on the right side it extends endlessly, also in the left side it extends indefinitely. So for which we cannot measure the line. Remember the important thing, we cannot measure the line. And another thing you just have to remember, see, suppose one of the point it is C, one of the point it is C, actually SC represent which line, SC represent which line, CB also represent the same line, also AB represent also the same line. It means any 2 points on the line, it can represent the line. By taking the help of any 2 points, we can represent the line. So it means on this line, 2 points SC, so it means line passing through SC, it is also same as line passing through AB and also line passing through CB also. Understood perfectly? Perfectly understood. And another thing I am saying, it has no end points and we cannot measure the line. Another thing saying, this one it is we represented the name of the line by using the points. Now I am showing you by another way how we can represent the line. See, suppose you are not interested to represent the name of the line by using points. So one can represent the name of the line by using our small alphabet. See, one can write it as the L. L is this line. Otherwise, one can write it as the, sir, can I write M, it is this line, N, it is this line, Q, it is also this line. So it means by using the help of the point, only 2 points it is sufficient to represent the name of the line. And whenever you are using the small alphabet, so also small alphabet also represent the line. I can say it as the L, it is line, M it is line, otherwise M it is also, N it is also another line. So now you get to know how to represent the line. Line can be represented in 2 ways. By using 2 points, also by using the small letter, also it can be represented. Perfectly understood? Now I want to show you the definition of the line segment. See, line segment means, one can say that line segment means it is the straight path from one point to another point. One can say it as it is the straight path from one point to another point. And it is called as our line segment. Segment means khanda. Line, it is a part of a line. Otherwise, one can say it is a part of a line. See, suppose this one it is our line. If I will erase this side and this side, and what we are getting, also one can call this one it is our line segment. Line segment means from the line one part. Suppose I will cut this part and I will draw it is at here. So for which this one it is called as the part of a line, otherwise it is called as our line segment. Now I will show to you how to represent the line segment. See, line segment name it is always given from the starting 2 endpoints. One of the endpoint name it is our A, another endpoint name we have to give it as the B. And the name of the line segment you have to write it as the AB, upper line segment side. Understood perfectly? So line segment name means the both the endpoints should be written, and above both the endpoints we have to draw the line segment mark. Remember, AB one can write, also one can write it as the BA, both having the same meaning. Both having the same meaning. And another important thing I am saying, as it is a part, so for which 100% it can be measured. Because the starting point it is here and the ending point it is also here. As the starting point it is known to you, also the end point it is known to you, 100% one can measure the line segment. Understood? And important point you have to remember, the line segment having two endpoints. Line segment having two endpoints, and a line segment can be measured. And remember, AB here it is BA, it is the mark sign of the line segment. And whenever it is written it as the AB is equal to 6 centimeter, it means measure of the line segment AB, it is our 6 centimeter. Whenever no upper line segment sign it is given and it is written it as the AB it is equal to 6 centimeter, it means you have to be sure that 100% it is given that the measure of the line segment it is our 6 centimeter. Perfectly understood? Up to this perfectly understood? Now I will do the definition of our ray. See, what do you mean by ray? See, ray means, everyone you just have to see this one, it is the line. Actually all the definition I am trying to derive from the figure of the line. See, so this one it is one of the line. See, whenever I am erasing this one, whatever the picture I am getting, this figure name it is called as our ray. So one can say ray it is also part of a line. Ray it is also a part of a line which has the starting point but having no end points. Otherwise one can say which having the starting point but extend endlessly in one of the direction. One having the one side having the end point but another side extends endlessly. And how to represent, everyone you have to see. Here it is the starting point. Always you have to give the name of the starting point, and then after starting point it is fixed. Then after you can take another point anywhere to the right side. Anywhere to the right side. Suppose I will take it as the B it is at here. So the ray AB can be represented just like this. But the starting point mark it is here, arrow towards the B. Arrow towards the B. And many of the students they are writing just like this, BA. If you will write BA, it is the wrong one. It is the wrong one. Why it is the wrong one? Actually it means it starts from B and it goes towards the A side. But really it is not the same. But really it starts from A. But it shows that it starts from B. So for which this one it is the wrong one. See, another thing is, suppose always the starting point it is fixed. Then after any point on the right side. Suppose one is taking C point it is at here. So it means AB represent which rays? Also AC represent also the same ray. Perfectly good. Perfectly good. Then after remember, as one point it is the starting point but the right side having no end point, otherwise extends to the right side. So for which one cannot measure the length of the ray. So from the line segment, line and from the ray, only one thing it is clear, that our line having no end points, our line segment having two end points, and our ray having one end point. As the line segment having two end points, for which we can measure the line segment, otherwise we cannot measure the line and the ray. Perfectly good. Up to this perfectly understood or not understood? Otherwise the same thing I am defining in the another way. See, another way. See, previously line segment and rays we are derived from the figure of the line. But see, here it is from the line segment how I am defining. This one it is the line segment. This one it is the line segment. How I am defining the definition of the line from the line segment. See, whenever a line extends from both the sides endlessly, line segment extends endlessly in both the direction, then after we will get a line. Line can be obtained whenever line segment can be extended both the sides endlessly. Understood? Also see how I am defining, otherwise deriving the definition of the ray from the line segment. See, whenever a line segment will be extended towards one side endlessly, one side endlessly, then after we will obtain the figure of a ray. Tell me how easy all these were. How easy all these were. Understood or not understood? Now I will say you the definition of the collinear points and non-collinear points. See. First I will say you the definition of the collinear points. See, collinear points means everyone you just have to see this one, it is one of the line. This one it is one of the line, and here it is a point A, here it is a point B, and here it is point C. Remember, three or more than points we can call it as the collinear points. Three or more than 3 points are called as our collinear points whenever all these points lie on the line. Understood the concept? Actually, it is very easy concept. Actually, collinear means three or more than 3 points. 3 or more than 3 points, we can call it as the collinear points whenever the points lie in a single line. See, here it is ABC. Suppose I am writing it as the D. As the 4 points lie on the same line, so for which all these 4 lines we can call it as the collinear points. Understood the concept? Understood the concept? Another one it is, see, here it is suppose A, here it is B, here it is C, here it is D. Just see, here in this figure ABCD are not lies in a single line. ABCD does not lie in a single line. As the 4 points not lie in a single line, so for which here ABCD we will call it as the non-collinear points. First one, it is collinear points means 3 or more than lie in a line, but here it is whenever the points do not lie in a single line, we cannot call them it as the collinear, but what we can call? Non-collinear we can call. So the non-collinear points, its structure it will be just like this. Suppose D, this one it is E, this one it is your F, D, E, F. Here it is clearly seen that all these points are not lying in a single line. Understood the concept of the collinear and non-collinear? Understood or not understood? So now I will say to you, here it is angles means, everyone you just have to listen. Angles means in Odia, its meaning it is kona. Actually kona, it comes from the also Odia word kona. Kona means corner. You can see anywhere in your home, in your room corner, in your book corner, anywhere, window side edge also, wherever you are getting any of the corner related thing, corner is there means 100% the angle term should be there. Understood? It means corner comes from the corner. So it means angle comes from the corner. Anywhere you are getting the corner, 100% angle word it will be applicable for it. Perfectly got or not? So for which see plain definition I am saying. See the plain definition I am saying. See, first plain definition it is, everyone you just have to see. This one it is one of the ray. This one it is one of the ray. And the name of the ray it is our OA ray. Here I am drawing another ray. Just see the name of the another ray it is our OB ray. OB ray. See, whenever both the two rays, otherwise whenever two rays having a common point, then after angles form. It means angle forms. Remember, whenever the angle forms, actually angle forms at the point of O. Angle forms at the point of O, where the angle forms. Otherwise, which one it is the common point? That common point name it is called as our vertex. Vertex, understood? Actually this angle, it is formed just like these are my two arms, these are my two arms. In the same way, whenever the angle it is formed at O, so this one and this one both are called as its two arms. So it means OA it is one arm and OB it is another arm. Perfectly understood the concept. And then one it is how we have to represent the angle. See, we can represent the angle as it is the single angle it is formed at here. So for which we can represent the angle, it has just like this angle sign O. Where it is the angle it is formed, the name of the vertex where the angle has been formed, so that vertex name should be there. Understood? It is one way of representation of the angle name. Another way of representation of the angle name also I am showing. Another name also, just see. Another way of representation of the angle, it is just like this. See, angle symbol must be there. Then after see, angle formed where? O. So O it is written it as here. This one it is our common point. These two are the non-common point. See, here it is ray means here it is one point on the ray, here it is another point. So it means A and B both are the non-common points. Remember, one of the non-common points should be written first, another non-common point should be written then. Otherwise you can reverse this. Also one can write first B, then after O, then after A. Otherwise you can remember by using the trick just like this. Actually the angle O, it is formed by OB ray and OA ray. O in the middle, OB is right and OA it is left. Otherwise O it is in the middle, OA right and here it is OB left, and the angle formed in the middle. Understood or not understood? Perfectly understood. See, so the question is now, whenever this one it is one type of representation, it was already said, so why there it is a requirement of this type of representation? This type of representation, why and why? Okay, so for which it will take me another example such that I will give you the clarity that why the introduction of this type of representation we found. Okay, see at here, see this. Here it is one angle formed. Everyone see, this one it is, suppose this one it is one of the line segment, and the name of the line segment it is our AB. Here it is another line segment I am showing. The name of the line segment it is our CD, and both of them intersect each other at the point of O. Whenever intersect, it means here it is the corner, and I said where is the corner? There it is, the term angle must be there. See, once see, previously only one angle it was formed, but see, here it is one angle it is formed, here it is another angle it is formed, here it is another angle, and here it is another angle. Suppose I want to say the angle O, means this angle I want to say. What is the name of this angle? Whenever you are writing it as the angle O, and you are saying that as angle it is formed at the vertex O, then after its name we can call it as the angle O. Then after one will say the question whether this one it is the O angle, this angle it is also formed at O, this side also formed at O, and also this side also formed at O. So it means it may be our first angle, it may be second, it may be third, it may be fourth. All the four angles formed at the point of O. So it means you are talking about which O. So for which that one it is the question mark. So for which to make it more particular, more and more particular, this way it will help us. See how this one it will help us. See, I said I want to write this angle name. Everyone see, when I want to write this angle name, I said the trick, always the vertex it is at middle. Then after this arm, non-common it is our A and D. angle it is formed at here, it means this one it is the common vertex, non-common it is our A and D. So for which one can write it as AOD, otherwise DOA. Easy concept or not? Then after this angle name one can write, see this angle name one can write, middle one it is O, it is formed by non-common it is B and D. So one can write BOD, otherwise one can write DOB. Both are same. Both are same. And this angle name one can write, this angle name one can write, here it is AOC, otherwise COA. And this angle name one can write, this angle name COB, otherwise BOC. Both are same. So here it is the one angle it was formed, and here it was said whenever two rays having common starting point, otherwise common point, whenever two rays having a common point, then after the angle is formed. So here it is, here also one can say whenever one line segment intersect to another line segment, also there multiples angles are formed. Here multiples 1, 2, 3, 4, but here it is single angle it is formed. Also I am extending the discussion to our intersection of two lines also. See, this one it is one of the line. Suppose the name of the line it is our P, this one it is our Q, and here it is another line I am showing. This name it is suppose R, here it is S. Suppose this point name it is our O. Also one can say also whenever two lines intersect with each other, also multiples angles are formed. Single angle it is formed whenever two rays having one common point, common origin point, otherwise common starting point also one can say. Okay, and here it is the angle name one can say ROQ. You have to say the angle name in such a way such that the middle should be the vertex where the angle it is formed. So for which its name one can say it as the ROQ. Otherwise one can say it as the QR, and its name one can say ROP. ROP. Important one, you just have to check whether the angle formed in the point of O or not. Then after non-common R and P must be there. Here the non-common it is P and S. So for which one can say POS. Otherwise one can write it as the SOP also. And its name also one can say SOQ also, otherwise QOS. Understood? Now you understood understood little bit. Then after I will say to you how we can classify the angles depending upon their measure. See, so it means one thing it will happen, just see, actually angle is formed whenever one ray starts moving, see, otherwise start shifting. One thing you have to remember, L shape means 90 degree. One thing you have to remember, L shape means 90 degree. Okay, and less than 90 degree means acute angle. Less than 90 means acute angle. See, now acute, and whenever perfectly L, it means it is our right angle. Whenever L means it is perfectly our right angle. See, now it is more than right angle, more than right angle, more than right angle. See, more than right angle, then after straight angle, straight angle it is at here. See, so whenever more than right angle, but less than straight angle, the angle name we can call it as the obtuse angle. It means more than right angle but less than straight angle, it is called as our obtuse angle. See, now perfectly straight, for which it is called as our straight angle. Understood perfectly? See, now it is more than straight angle, more than straight angle, more than straight angle. See, more than straight angle, more than straight angle, more than straight angle, more than straight angle, but less than complete angle. Complete angle means total one revolution. It is called as a complete angle. Whenever it is more than straight angle, but less than the complete angle, the angle it is called as our reflex angle. So for which here I am writing, everyone you have to see. See, whenever the angle value it is, suppose here I am writing it as the x. Whenever x is more than 0 degree, actually angle form is 100% sum of the shiftement must be there. Otherwise, how angle it is formed? So for this 100% more than 0, but here it is less than 90 degree. Whenever more than 0 and less than 90 degree, the angle name it is called as our acute angle. Okay, and whenever perfectly 90 degree, so at that time it is called as our right angle. Ready? And whenever the angle value it is more than 90 degree, just see, more than 90 degree but less than 180 degree, it is called as our obtuse angle. Okay, and whenever it is perfectly 180 degree, it is called as our straight angle. Okay, and whenever it is more than 180 degree, it means more than 180 degree, x value suppose more than 180 degree and less than 360, it is called as our reflex angle. Okay, and then after whenever perfectly it is 360 degree, it is called as our complete angle. Okay, so for which here I am showing with the picture how the acute angle looks like. Then after I will show to you how right angle it will look like. Then after how obtuse it will look like, how straight it will look like, how reflex it will look like, and how complete angle also it will look like. See, acute angle it will look like just like this. See, acute angle means, see, acute angle structure it is just like this. This angle it is called as your acute angle. And right angle structure it will be just like this. This one it is the right angle, straight. Ready? And obtuse angle structure it is just like this. See, obtuse angle 90 degree, more than 90 degree. See, more than 90 degree. Straight angle showing, see, whenever it will become straight, it will become straight. Straight angle means it will become straight. See, this one it is one of the ray. Whenever this one it is fully straight, so this angle we can call it as the straight angle. Reflex means it will shift towards the downside. See, reflex means more than 180 means this one it will be just like this. So this angle we can call it as the reflex angle. And complete angle means total the structure it is just like this. Once again it will come to the starting position once again. Where it starts, once again the same ray it is come back to its original position. For which this one it is called as our complete angle. Understood? Perfectly understood? Okay, so now we will do the discussion on regarding our complementary angle and supplementary angle. Now we will do the discussion on regarding our complementary angle. What do you mean by complementary angle? See, very easy thing. Only in the one line it can be remembered. See, here I am writing measure of angle A. Shortcutly, measure of angle A means value of the angle A. Suppose it is 20 degree. And measure of angle B, it is suppose 70 degree. And here we are getting that the measure of A plus measure of B angle, it is equal to 20 degree plus 70 degree, it is equal to 90 degree. Whenever the sum of two angles it is equal to 90 degree, then A angle and B angle are called as complementary angles. Okay, so it means both the angles togetherly we can call it as the complementary angles, and one it is the complement of the another. One it is the complement angle of the another. The two angles we can call it as the complementary angles, and one it is the complement angle of the another. Okay, see few of the example I am showing. Just see, one it is 20 degree, its complementarity is our 70 degree. In the same way, 60 degree and 30 degree both are complementary angles. In the same way, one can write 10 degree, 80 degree also both are complementary angles. Also, whenever one is writing 80 degree, another one it is also 85 degree. And question may ask just like this, you have to find out the complement angle of 85 degree. You have to find out its complement angle. How to find out the complement of the another? 90 degree minus 85 degree. How much you are getting? You are getting it as the 5 degree. So for which 5 degree, it is the complement angle of 85, and 85 it is the complement angle of 5. How to find out one of the complement angle? Remember, to find out the complement angle of one angle, always the same angle it is to be subtracted from the angle 90 degree. Perfectly got? Remember, just like the previous one, our complementary angle, in the same way I am writing, if measure of A angle, suppose it is our 10 degree, and measure of B suppose 170 degree, and here we are getting measure of A angle plus measure of B angle, it is equal to 10 degree plus 170 degree, which is equal to 180 degree. Whenever the sum of two angle measures it is equal to 180 degree, then after we can say both the angles A and B are supplementary angles. Understood or not understood? So it means to be supplementary angles, the sum of two angles must be 180 degree. The sum of two angles must be 180 degree. Here I am showing you few of the example. Suppose one it is 40 degree and here it is 140 degree. As the sum of both the angles it is our 180 degree, 100% both are our supplementary angles. Here I am showing it as the 30 degree. Here it is 150 degree. Another one I am showing 5 degree. Here it is 175 degree. Another one I am giving 90 degree. Here it is 90 degree. Suppose one is asking that you just have to find out the supplement of 50 degree. 50 degree its supplement angle it is how much? Its supplement angle means with which angle measure you are adding 50 degrees such that their sum it is equal to 180 degree. So for which, how to find out the supplement angle of 50? The trick is 180 degree minus 50 degree, which is our 130 degree. So this angle should be 130 degree. Just like in the last complement case, complement angle you get by subtracting the same angle from the 90 degree. In the same way, for the supplement angle. To get the supplement angle, 100% the angle must be subtracted from our 180 degree. Understood? Perfectly understood or not understood? Okay. Now you just have to see adjacent angle means nearby angles. Adjacent angle means nearby angles. See, what do you mean by adjacent angles? Everyone, you just have to see. Here it is one ray. Here it is another ray. And here it is another ray. Just see, it is one angle and it is another angle. Suppose its name it is O. This one name it is our A. Its name it is our B. Its name it is our C. See, whenever you are getting between the two angles, it is one angle, it is another angles. Whenever you are getting between the two angles, one of the vertex it is common. One of the vertex means O it is common. And one of the arm it is common. One of the arm is common. Here the common arm it is our common arm. It is our OB. Whenever between the two angles, one of the vertex it is common. Also one of the arm it is common. And another important thing you just have to remember. Whenever this one it is the common arm, it means this one it is our non-common arm. And this one it is non-common. See, both the non-common arms are opposite to one another. Opposite to one another. It means this one it is one of the non-common arm and this one it is another non-common arms. Remember the point, two angles we can call them as the adjacent angles. Two angles are called as our adjacent angle. Whenever one of the vertex it is common in between them, one of the arm is common between them, and the non-common arm are in the opposite direction of one another. Opposite direction of one another, thereafter the two angles we can call it as the adjacent angle. So for which here we can say it as the AOB angle and BOC angle, both are adjacent angles. Understood the perfect definition? Adjacent angle understood and not understood? Now I want to show you the linear pair angles. See how the linear pair angles look like. See, actually linear pair angles, the logic it will be originated from the adjacent angle. See, everyone, you just have to see. This one it is one angle. This one it is another angle. See, previously the non-common arm, this one it is one of the non-common and this one it is one of the non-common. And in this picture, just see, suppose this one it is your O, this one it is our A, this one it is our B and this one it is our C. Here also it is clearly seen that both the angles are adjacent angle. Why both are the adjacent angle? Because this one it is called as your adjacent angle. Why? Because the common vertex it is there between the two angles. Between the two angles, common vertex it is there. Arm OB it is common, and here it is the non-common arms are in the opposite direction of the common one. Common one, non-common one it is to the right, another one it is to the left. So for which 100% both the angles are our adjacent angles. Another thing, remember, whenever both are the adjacent angle and whenever both the non-common arm, previously non-common arm, both are the non-common arm, but now this one it is non-common and this one it is non-common arms. See, whenever the non-common arms are opposite to one another, see, this one it is looking to the front side, this one it is looking to the back side, in the same direction, in the same line. Whenever the non-common arms lie in a single line, then after the two adjacent angles we can call it as the linear pair angles. Otherwise I am saying two angles are two adjacent angles, we can call it as the linear pair angle. Two adjacent angles we can call it as the linear pair angle whenever, listen, whenever the non-common arms are opposite to one another. Whenever the non-common arms are opposite to one another. Perfectly understood? Otherwise, another definition I am saying. See, remember one thing. two adjacent angle we can call it as the linear pair angles whenever the sum of the two angles it is our 180 degree. Suppose this one it is 30 and this one it is our 150. Now we can call it as the two adjacent angle, we can call it as the linear pair angles. But I cannot call, suppose this one it is the 30 degree and this one it is suppose 150 degree. We cannot call them it as the linear pair angles because here both the angles are not adjacent angles. Remember the definition, before it is to be linear pair angle, the two angles must be adjacent. Must be adjacent first, then after their angles, sum it is equal to 180 degree. That one it is the trick, remember. Otherwise I said non-common arms are opposite to one another. Understood it? Understood it? See, vertically opposite angles. What is the meaning of a vertically opposite angle? See, it is one angle. See, very easy concept, vertical opposite angles. Vertical opposite angle means, suppose one of the angle it is at here. Here it is A and here it is B. Here it is A and here it is B. The angle is formed by the two arms OA and OB. The angle is formed by the two arms OA and OB. Here the angle it is formed at here. Okay. Vertical opposite angle of this angle means, see, whenever the arm I will extend to the opposite direction arm I have extended, this arm I extended oppositely, this arm also I will extend oppositely, see, oppositely, then after whatever the angle we have obtained, that angle it is called as the vertical opposite angle of this angle. So for which you just have to remember the definition of the vertical opposite angle. Vertically opposite angle definition you have to remember, the angle obtained by extending the arms of the angle oppositely, it is called as our vertically opposite angles. Whenever you are extending the arm of one of the angles oppositely, whatever the angle I will obtain, that angle name it is called as our vertically opposite angles. Up to this clear? Now remember one of the point which it is to be required in our coming days. Remember, suppose it is O. Remember, vertically opposite angles are equal. Vertically opposite angles are equal. See, whenever this one suppose 1, this one it is 2, both are vertically opposite angle. See, and for this angle, vertically opposite angle is this one. For 3 vertically opposite angles it is our 4. Why? Because suppose I am considering this one it is the 3, I will extend backwardly, it will be extended backwardly. So it means both are the vertically opposite angles. This one vertically opposite angles, this one it is also vertically opposite angles. See, one of the question it may come that you have to show that the vertically opposite angles are equal. Vertically opposite angles are equal. See, I am showing how to show that one. Okay. Also one of the question you can find, but here I am showing you the concept regarding the proof of the vertically opposite angles are equal. See, always your trick should be just like this. Suppose actually this one vertically, this one it is vertically opposite angles. Suppose now I am targeting to show 1 it is equal to 2. See, the trick is always 2 plus 3 you have to consider, then after 1 plus 3 also you need to consider. See one thing, here it is, here in this angle, see, actually here it is, see, on the line, whenever this angle state 100% both the angles are our linear pair angles. So for which their sum it is equal to 180. So in the same way, just see, here it is, this angle 2 and 3 both are our linear pair angles. 2 and 3 their sum it is equal to 180 degree. Why? 2 angle plus 3 angle it is equal to 180 degree because both are the linear pair angles. And here it is, I said 2 with 3 and 1 with 3. Otherwise 2 with 4 you can say, take, also 1 with 4 also you can take. Here 2 with 3, then after 1 with 3. 1 plus 3, see, whenever I will consider 1 with 3, see, 1 3 also line a line. So for which 1 and 3 both have the linear pair angles. So for which their sum it is equal to 180 degree. Here the sum up to 180, here the sum up to 180 degree. So for which left side must be same with this left side. So for which I am writing 2 plus 3 it is equal to 1 plus 3. From the equation, whenever the same thing I will erase from both the side. Same thing it will be erased from both the side. So it means the equation it will remain same. 2 it is equal to 1. It means 2 it is equal to 1. So it means vertically opposite angles are equal. So it means similarly one can prove that 3 it is equal to 4. Understood the proof? Here I wrote it as the 1, 2, 3, 4 for your better understanding. Also perfectly by taking this one it is your A, this one it is our B, this one it is our C, this one it is our D, and this one it is your O. You can take the angle length perfectly. Also you can prove it. Two important point it is, see here it is one of the line. Here it is one of the line, here it is one of the point. Angle formed in one side of a point. See, angle formed on a line at a point in one side, any number of angle formed at a point, always their sum it is equal to 180 degree. Always the angle of all these it is equal to 180 degree. So it means 1 angle, 2 angle, 3 angle, 4 angle, 5 angle, 6 angle, their angle sum it is equal to 180 degree. Otherwise one can say all these angles are our linear angles. Previously 2 angles were there. Actually previously I said 2 angles means linear pair. So whenever it is more, so it means only linear angle. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, it is also our sum it is equal to 180 degree. It means, remember, angle formed at a point, angle formed at a point on a line in one side, their sum it is equal to 180. Suppose 1, 2, 3, here the sum of 1, 2, 3, it is also equal to 180 degree. Okay, and another point, remember, angle formed around a point, here it is a point. How many angles it is formed? See, here it is, here to here angle it is formed. Here the total angles equal to, from here to here angle formed it is our 360 degree. Otherwise, see, here, see, here the angle, here the angle 1, 2, 3, their sum it is equal to 360 degree. For which, remember, angle formed around a point, it is your 360 degree, and angle formed at a point on the line in one side of the line, it is also equal to 180 degree. See, here it is a point. Any number of angles, here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, its sum equal to 360 degree, because it is called as our angle formed in around the point it is. It may be this one, otherwise around the point, here it is around the point, here it is also angle formed, it is also 360 degree. Okay, so today whatever the thing I have taught to you, try to remember all these things, and in the coming days we will do few of the questions along with parallel lines and transversal discussion also we are going to do. Okay, so today the discussion it is this much. Okay, so once again we will get together in our tomorrow class. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.